When I applied this insight to Neville Goddard's team, my money doubled. Success comes in cans, not cannots. Focus on what you can do, and you will build the momentum needed to do more. My first attempt with Neville Goddard's teams failed until I discovered this rule. And now I'm going to show you how you can apply it. There's also a common trap that I fell into and plenty of people I worked with fall into. And that's quite simply, we focus on too many things. When we think about our ideal future, our ideal life, our perfect life, quite often we do it very holistically. We want to focus on many things. But Goddard says, attention is forceful in proportion to the narrowness of its focus. That is, when it is obsessed with a single idea or sensation. When I started, I was focusing on my health, I was focusing on homeschooling my kids, traveling, making money, and investing. And those last two were the ones that were most important to me. But overall, I just felt I wasn't making much progress. And the way my brain is wired, I naturally want to focus on one thing. And that concept of focusing on one thing is what Goddard suggests. So I did it. And I focused on only investing. I ignored the other things. I realized I had a whole lot of time to focus on the other things later. And I decided to run a little experiment. I had $9,000 and I was going to invest in Forex trading over a period of 6 months to see how well I can do. Now, I had been investing in Forex trading for about a decade before, and I know that over 6 months I'm likely to make between about 3 and 7. I was hoping in my wildest dreams to make about 100%. That's an additional $9,000. But I thought I will just focus on making 3% and see how it goes. So in July 2015, I had an image of myself trying to increase my Forex trading account by $9,000 by December 31st, 2015. At the end of the month, I was able to increase my account by 3%, and I was quite impressed to be able to do that in only 1 month. Second month, I changed my image and I tried to focus on increasing my account size by 10% every month. I moved from a dollar figure to a percentage. That made it a little bit easier for me to comprehend. And at the end of the month, I increased my investment by another 5%, so a total increase of 8%. In September, I focused on how to follow my plan correctly and grow my account by 3% a week. So each time I'm moving my goal up a little bit as I develop confidence when I look back and see my previous results. At the end of the month, I increased a portfolio by 9%. Now I had a running total of 27%. I was really motivated. I was on fire. And the next month, similarly, I focused on following my trading plan and growing my account, but this time by 5% a week. At the end of the month, I increased it by 8%. The month after that, I did the same thing and I increased it by 22%. Now my running total was 67%. I decided to follow the same plan at the last month of the year in December, and I was able to increase it by 33% and hit my target of 100%. But here's the amazing thing. It didn't happen until the last few hours of the last trading day of the year. I remember my wife and kids went out that night to go to some New Year's party, and I stayed home. I was watching the market, and I thought, oh, I'm going to have to increase it by another 10% in 4 or 5 hours. That's probably going to be impossible. But guess what? It happened. I went to bed so stoked that night. I was on fire. I couldn't believe how well this worked, that I miraculously increased it by 100%, almost down to the hour.